Well, good morning everyone. So I'm just back down south again. I'm just south of Christchurch at the moment at a little place called Ashburton. Beautiful day down here too. Picked up my rental car this morning, so it's just a 2012 Nissan Teeter. Nothing too fancy, it was the cheapest one I could get. But the reason I've come back down is because I am actually picking something up off my mate who I'm going to stay with tonight in Fairlie. I'm going to go and meet him in Temuka soon. They're selling a few calves today at the sale, so we'll go and have a look at that. And then later on we'll have a look around his farm. Coming into Temuka now, so I've got to find the sale yards. I think they're around the back over that side somewhere. I think they are just around here somewhere. Oh look, there's a Macdon on that truck there, Macdon header. I have been to these yards before ages ago, and they should be just there. Spot on. Sales all done. I hope you found that interesting. Now I'm just heading towards these hills over there to Fairlie. Coming into Fairlie now. It's a nice little town, this one. One of the real cool places in New Zealand. And some beautiful country around here too, which we'll have a little look at soon. Roddy's just in front of me in the ute there, and this is the road he lives on. He's not too far up here. We're still in town at the moment. Oh, there's the rugby club in there. Here now. Nice entrance. West Lee, name of the farm. Next to the hills there. Well, I'm just here with Roddy. So me and Roddy actually went to school together, although we sort of knew each other more through university. He's a good mate of Mush's, who you met in another video as well, but he's just showing me around his place here. Beautiful spot, just raking a bit of loose in. They're going to bale it soon. How many hectares did you say this place is? 150?
150 here, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, 150 hectares.
And it is real green at the moment. They've just had a lot of rainfall this summer, which is a little bit unusual.
Yep.
But it's not a bad thing for them.
We're usually looking like you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, it can get pretty dry through here, but it's been a good season for them, so at least someone's having a good season. This paddock is 8 hectares, so it's a pretty big paddock, but stony down here like old river bottoms. But this is what I just bought, so this is the lucerne, and it's pretty green at the moment, a couple of hours wilt, but beautiful. Last cut, so this is the 5th cut. scenery, eh? So they actually have another farm over there, which we'll go and have a look at later, I think. Straight through there. So the main farming type that Roddy does here is mainly trading cattle, and they do have a little bit of deer on, which you just seen before, but you're actually getting rid of all your hinds.
Yep, killing all the hinds and just going to a straight finishing system. So finishing weaners, buying sort of March, April, and hopefully wintering them well, and they'll be starting to be killed sort of September, October.
Yeah, so there's just not enough money for them in it to carry the hinds and carve them. It's just easier for them to buy them weaners and finish them, and stick to their stalk sort of cattle stuff, because that's what they know real well.
That's what we make the most money out of.
Yeah, so makes sense. But they also just built a brand new set of cattle yards. We'll have a quick little look around them, because it's always interesting. Very well set up. Farm cut yards. But how many cattle would you get in here when it's full?
Including the 2 holding paddocks out the back, sort of a couple hundred cattle.
Yeah, so it's quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit. And then this is just your sort of, oh, not alleyway, what do you call that?
Your working area.
Just your race and leading into your loading ramp. No, the loading ramp's there. Leading into their scales. So there's a set of scales on there and a head bale, so they can work with whatever. Tractor's just caught my eye, so we'll come and have a look. And I also seen a bale feeder here, Hustler one. So this is exactly the same as the one that I'm trying, except it can just carry 2 and it's got wheels, so it's a trailed model instead of going on the 3-point linkage arms. And then a couple of tractors, 140 horsepower JD M, and then what's that one? 130.
130R. That's been chipped to 150.
Oh, is it? 150 horsepower with a chip. Nice grab on the front, and a big mower, Crone, that he just cut the loose end with. That looks like, it's 3.2 metres, big one. And Roddy was telling me before that he rates these Can-Ams. He did have a Honda at one of his last jobs, but he reckons these are way better. And I was just having a look, it's quite cool. It's got like a bench seat that folds up, heaps of room, petrol though, but it goes pretty well. It's a nice looking dog, isn't it? No. Good set of kennels, got 2, 4, 8 of them. All covered too on top, nice and dry. It's a big dog. Big black Hunterway, that one. So what we got? We got 3 Hunterways, 2 heading dogs.
Yep, at the moment, thank God.
I'm a big fan of black and tan Hunterways. I just reckon they look real cool. Black and tan Hunterways and tri-coloured heading dogs like that one. So it's got brown, white and black on it. Just taking this R series John Deere around to the other farm because it's supposed to live there, and then we're going to have a little look around over there while we're there. And this is the other farm. Park the tractor in the shed here somewhere, I guess. Probably here. People are pretty honest around here, so the keys will be fine in the tractor. I don't think they put the keys anywhere to sort of keep them hidden from anyone. No, look at that key in this Can-Am. So they've got another one over here, exact same dog box on the back. And they've also got another chainless Hustler bale feeder. Same as the other one on the other place. Nice big 6-bay shed. So that'd be 9 metres wide, but probably 4.2 wide. Each bay, I think they look pretty wide, plus they've all got lights in them, or every second bay's got lights in it. Pretty cool shed, that one. And this is the bull shed that's on the block. There's an old one down there which looks quite cool. But if you look straight through there, it's a bit hard to see at the moment, but there's a big block of pine trees in there somewhere, and that's where we were before. If we can get up a little bit higher, which hopefully we're going to go for a drive soon, we'll be able to see it a bit better. While I'm waiting, we'll have a little look in the wool shed. Hopefully it's open. Yep. Right. Oh, hydraulic wool press. Nice. That's that. Wool bales. So each one of these is about 180 kilos. Hasn't got a scale on that one. Some of them do. And this is where the sheep get shorn. So there's 4 stands up there. And then each stand's got its own catching pen. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's almost one down the back, so I have to go check that out. The sheep just run up through these doors here, and they just fill these, but all these gates are on slides with pulleys. Make them pretty handy, because you can lift them over the sheep, and then shut them down behind it. There's another pen down here, just doesn't have a shearing machine on it, so it's a 5-stand wool shed. Nice shed though, it looks fairly new. There's a few of his cows over here. So these are Hereford, and what are the black ones? White-faced cross.
Angus and Angus Hereford.
Angus and Angus Hereford. And they're all in calf, a few cull cows in here. But they've just been weaned, so they're pretty quiet with us walking through them. How many hectares have you got on? So this farm's called Rockland.
Yep.
And how many hectares are over here?
There's about 500 hectares over here, 450 effective.
And what do you run on that?
There's about 2,200 ewes, so 2,200 ewes, and there's about 700 cattle as well.
Along
so
with
it's
it.
just a sheep and cattle block. No deer on this one.
No deer on this one. Nothing's deer fenced, so
No, yes.
it's a little bit higher than the other block. But does it get more rainfall? Probably not, because it's further away from the hills.
Nah, not quite. Yeah, because it's not in the foothills. So. The peak of this block's about 640 metres, and the top of the other block's about 440.
Oh yeah, so a little bit higher.
Yep.
Not too much. So the foothills, or what he calls the foothills, are the ones over there, or sort of all around the basin, I guess. But yeah, cool spot, real cool spot. So if you're thinking that these cows are getting hard done by, there's not a lot of feed around. It is pretty bare by the paddock, or by the gate here, sorry. But why? Well, like there's obviously feed up in the paddock there, but you are sort of pushing them a little bit harder.
Yeah, well, just cows have been weaned for about 3 days, so we try and shut them down to stop producing milk, so that we don't get mastitis problems, which is you've seen Andrew talk about mastitis on the dairy farm.
Yep, same thing.
Same with beef cows. So yeah, we just shut them down for 4 or 5 days, no tucker. Just to shut that milk production down.
And then in say a week you'll put them onto good tucker again, and
then they'll
get
go
them going
onto clean up duties. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
nice.
That's why.
But yeah,
they're not starving.
No, they're not starving. They look real good. They're in good condition. So they are beef cows, so they're definitely not as bony as our dairy cows at home, which is what I'm used to. But yeah, look at that thing, like pretty round. So coming from the Waikato, where we're pretty dry at the moment, and there's not a lot of grass around, coming down to here where it's typically dry, and seeing stuff like this where sheep are on this sort of tucker, it's pretty amazing. So these are 4 and 6 tooths. There's a ram just through there, it's got blue on it. Yep. Ram's out with at the moment, getting them in lamb for next year, or the end of the year I should say, next season. Look at that, isn't that a sight? Look at the tucker though, that's flipping unreal. Look at that, my cows aren't even getting that much. Nowhere near it. So they say I think with sheep, you can do cover like that's 500, that's 1,000, 3 fingers is 15, and that'd be 2,000. So obviously they're getting way more than that. Beautiful. Check that out. So Roddy was saying that Mount Dobson, which is a ski field, is straight through there somewhere. This is where those ewes are coming next, but I just can't get over how much tucker there is. Like, that is nuts. That is nuts. But just looking down there, so Fairley, which I drove through earlier on, that is right there, and now I can finally see where Roddy's house was. So those are the pine trees just there, and his house is just there. So not far away at all. It's probably like a 5-minute drive. This is almost at the edge of the farm. Just looking around, beautiful spot, eh? And then that's the Fairley Basin through there. Bit of rain that way. Awesome. I think there's, what did he say in here? There might have been rape, rye corn and an Italian ryegrass. Planted about a month ago, so it's about in line with my annual that I put at home, and mine doesn't look anything like this. Kalyus, red dots. And there's Roddy's younger brother. So along with the farm, which was just down the road, which actually in another block here, this is another 100 hectares here, another nice block, and good views again. But if you look straight down there, there's actually a dairy farm down on the flats there. There is a few through here. I think the highest dairy farm in New Zealand is somewhere over there. But this is pretty summer safe country. Roddy was just saying there's it sort of gets the same rainfall as the home block, and what the block over there doesn't get quite as much.
Yeah, about 200 mils less.
Which is quite amazing, because it's actually not that far away really in a line of sight. It'd only be a couple of k's.
Yep.
So yeah, quite amazing. It's always good having summer safe pasture like we do in the Waikato.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, not quite.
King. Down, King.
Just back at the home farm now, and I thought I'd show you this because it's pretty cool. We don't do it much in the North Island, but they are getting tube wrapped, these lucerne bales. It'll be interesting to see what happens. They're pretty green, eh, Roddy? But they'll be right. Yeah. Smells real nice. Smells beautiful, eh? So as you can see, when he loads the bale on that end, see how the wheels are moving, so it just feeds itself along as it wraps. There's 4 rolls of wrap in here. And I think he controls it from the cab. He's got a remote that sort of turns it on and off. And that's how you tube wrap. You get these nice long tubes like this. Pretty odd bale there, or a pretty big bale there. And then this is the last bale of the row that's going on. So he's actually just wrapped the end there. because this machine won't do it. And that's the whole point of tube wrapping, is that you don't have to wrap the ends because it just goes along in a line, which makes doing it cheaper than wrapping each individual bale.